I ordered a prime rib sandwich.
Dude, when in
French
Rome.
fries.
French fries?
A pear cocktail that was served up like in a martini glass. This guy is living on the hog, bro.
Well, he's got to. I mean, when you have the opportunity, you got to take it at this age.
Well, he asked me, he's like, what should I order? And I'm like looking at the menu and it's like, what do you think? It said lobster tacos, $47, right?
$47?
Yeah, $47. And he's like, do you think, how many tacos do you think it comes with? And I was like, well, if you think you're not going to be full, you can order a side of fries too. And so
that's what he did.
He didn't order, but he didn't order the lobster tacos. He ordered, lunch is a hard meal because if you go too heavy.
You just got to drink at lunch. You can't eat.
Yeah.
Salad and drinks.
It's
a Friday.
That's what I did.
But Lev, when he's your age.
When he's your age?
He's going to be like a whole different person. Like,
when he's my age.
Yeah, what this is like all practice. Like,
this is a dry run.
It's not his money. He could try it out. And then little Lev is going to be like, hey, how many tacos comes with this lobster taco set for $9,000?
Right, because inflation.
Yeah.
When you were Lev's age, I don't know how old Lev is, 26?
Yeah, 26.
Okay. When you were Lev's age, did you have like a mid-40s man who was like, come to the country club with me? Yep. And like, you did?
Yeah, I had two rich friends. Is that your house?
Dude, somebody's breaking in.
Two rich friends.
Okay.
But they're like you now. Like they were just rich and bored. And so they would be like, hey, let's go to somewhere. And I'm like, dude, I got a 9 to 5.
Yeah.
Can't go.
You're working at like
I was working at the bank.
Cricket Wireless.
T-Mobile. Was T-Mobile back out there?
Oh, that's so
they would
good.
be like, hey, we're going to what's a place in La Jolla that everyone goes to for lunch? And I'm like, dude,
like the Marine Room or
no,
is that the one
it
with
was
the ocean,
somewhere
where the waves crash into the
that's too.
Oh, on top.
Yeah,
it's like 2-story George's.
George's.
Yeah.
Hey, we're going to George's
for lunch.
Yeah,
let's go.
What? In La Jolla, you know the traffic.
The ingress and egress.
I was like, I only have an hour lunch break. They're like, oh, don't worry about it. And I'm like, what? You don't worry. But yeah, I had a couple people.
And you never had to pick up the tab. These guys are like,
never once. I would pick up like the small ones for sure, easily.
Really?
Yeah. When I started making more money, I would take out like bigger ones.
I feel like Lev lives really, really well.
Yeah, he does.
He does. We were talking.
He needs to.
He's doing well. I think
Baller.
he needs to buy another home. And I think we need to employ this strategy. And this is one of the things that when we host this driven event with Albert Preciado.
Is it official?
I think it's official.
Mark your calendars.
We're gonna mark your calendars. We're gonna put this thing on, and it's gonna be amazing. Albert Preciado has an amazing fucking brand, and he is sitting on,
gold.
I think so. He is sitting on an idea, and I don't even think he realizes how valuable it is. And so, I'll tell a quick story because I think it's worth pointing out. But the idea is Lev needs to get another house. And I think one of the ways that he can get it is using these methods that you use for the investment side of your business.
I got you, Lev. I got you.
Yeah.
You know my phone number.
Yeah. And so just going into the Albert thing, and I don't want to take too much time to speak about this, but he's got a bunch of companies. He's got Ambiance Realty. He's got Conquer Escrow. He has The Mortgage Guys, and then he has Driven, which is this event. And I don't know if you remember, but like when we met with him a few weeks ago, the only reason he has Driven was because Grant Cardone refused to let him speak on stage. Do you remember that?
Yeah. That's going to be one of my clips.
Yeah.
Don't ruin it. Don't ruin it.
All right. Sorry about that. But can you imagine being a guy's like, I'll pay for your courses. I'll pay for the VIP tickets.
50,000.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. 50,000. Let me speak on stage. He's like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. The fuck do I need you for?
Yeah.
What are you going to sell tickets? Look at your followers. You're nothing. So the guy, Albert, is rejected. And there's two paths you can go, right? After rejection. You can, go into your shell and live out a hollow life where it's just, you amount to nothing. Or you can use that as the internal drive to become something great. He chose the latter of the two options. And I think the advice that I gave to Albert is, listen, like I said, you have the Mortgage Guys, Conquer Escrow, Ambiance Realty. They all need to be named the same thing. Driven, driven, driven. Everything should be driven. Dan Fleischman gets this point. Elevator Studios, Elevator Funding, Elevator Capital, right? You are building a personal brand, and that personal brand is evidenced through the portfolio of companies that you own, not manage. And that's the thing about business, right? Time is something. No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say that.
There should be a limitation.
Yeah. Every time I say it, it's, you know what it is?
The rubber band.
Yes. At the blackjack table, there was a guy who invented this mirror so that the dealer could see what their hold card was. Are you familiar with this? Yeah. Every time somebody built that on the blackjack table or something like that, or no, it was per hand, he got 15 cents. You think it's not a lot of money. But every time they deal a hand, it was 15 cents for this guy.
So he licensed the mirror?
He licensed the mirror.
Does he still have it licensed?
Lev, we're going to have to fact check that one.
That would be amazing.
Yeah, some Jewish guy, right? No, I'm just kidding. Probably. Easy. The internet goes crazy. It's the Jews controlling everything.
Was it really, though?
It was probably a Jewish guy. What do I know?
Well, I believe that part because he franchised it or licensed it.
Yeah, right?
But if he just created it, it was probably like a regular white guy.
Regular white dude. White boy money. Yeah, that is Dean Lulkin. White boy. Somebody commented, "What do you know? White boy money, daddy's money." He's like, "What, dude?"
You call him White Boy Mike?
I think Dean's white adjacent.
He's pretty. His name is Dean.
I'm gonna get canceled. His name is not Dean.
Oh, it's his real name, isn't it? Oh man, the truth comes out.
Yeah, dude, his name is not Dean.
What is it?
Vadim.
Oh,
Vadim.
That's a good white name. He did well. Like my name's Josh.
Yeah, but that's that's your government name.
Now it is. Just joking. Just joking.
Oh, that's great. Back in the day, you go to the DMV, you could tell them any fucking thing you wanted. You could be Count Chocula.
I think you still can.
Oh, really?
DMV's not really advanced in the world. They just got their web portal.
They have a web portal?
3 years ago.
Interesting.
Yeah. We're so sidetracked. So Lev needs a house. You're doing Driven. You're driving Driven to San Diego. We are driving
Driven to San Diego.
At least for the first stop.
And it must be weird for Albert. And Albert, if you're listening, do not get this twisted. You know, don't think about this the wrong way. I don't want dick. I don't want dick from this.
Let's cut that.
All right, we're gonna edit that in post.
No, I want that as a clip.
But it's his brand.
Oh yeah.
I just happen to be somebody that thinks it's amazing.
Yeah.
Right. And sometimes that's what it takes. You're sitting on like an idea and you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you have a friend who's like, dude, that's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Double down.
And you think that, and you mentioned that story with Grant Cardone. How did he get so close to Grant Cardone back in the day? He was just paying. Pay to play.
Grant Cardone at the time must have had some sort of like.
Maybe he wasn't that big, right? 10 years ago.
It was probably longer than that because Driven's already on its 8th year.
He said he was like 2 to 3 years behind him.
Yeah.
So it was 11 years ago. Yeah. I didn't even know who Grant Cardone was then. So
I still don't know who Grant Cardone is.
Well, he's a Scientologist. Let's start there. And he
Canceled.
Done.
Canceled. I think you can still mess with the Scientologists.
I have no idea what it is. Everyone.
Huh? I don't think Scientology is a protected class.
I don't think they
I think it's outlawed in Germany.
Really?
I mean, I could be wrong. Fact check me on that. But I'm pretty sure.
I don't know enough. I don't care, actually.
Joe Rogan was just talking about this on the podcast. I don't know who he was interviewing. And he was like, can you imagine starting a religion today? How difficult that is? Because everybody just would think it's a cult. And he's like, yeah, LDS. He's like, that's kind of weird. Right? You know, Mormons. He's like, that's kind of weird. And he's like, Scientology, that's really freaking weird. And it's true. Like, if you try to start a religion today, sort of cultish.
Yeah.
Sort of cultish.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I'm going to open up a new parish for the Catholic Church. And people are like, congratulations. Wow. What an amazing individual you are.
Yeah, that's weird.
It is weird.
Didn't think about that.
Religion's a weird thing. But going back to the Grant Cardone thing, I think he just paid his way into his sphere of influence. And like he said, when you're paying that much money, $50,000, you get some face time. And then to be rejected. It's fucking wild. It's exactly what you want, or it's exactly what you need.
You think everyone has that? Like that
type of story?
Yeah, that chip.
It's got to be. I mean,
your story didn't seem so chippy. I mean,
I'm not very chippy, and maybe that's why
it was like a normal. I work somewhere, Didn't like it.
White boy.
Learned everything.
White boy daddy's money story.
Yeah, basically. And you're like, I started my own company.
Well, my dad's an immigrant to America.
Yeah.
And he came here with nothing.
Maybe that's a chip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, like they never, my folks never did all that well. I don't necessarily have the trauma component. Remember, because
maybe you do. You just don't know it. Oh, that's deep.
Maybe that's if this was a couch, I'd lie down and you'd be like, yeah, and that's our time.
Yeah.
But I think we made some good progress today.
Yeah. And you would realize that
and your office would
your
build
entire life was filled with, at least your childhood.
I don't think
you didn't grow up poor or anything. Like I remember growing up, like
I was middle class.
no roaches, no,
not
nothing.
really.
You
just couldn't touch the air conditioner.
because of like mold, or like because your dad was too cheap.
The real estate investor in you. You can't touch it because it has like mold, right?
There-
Don't worry, we'll fix that. New ducting.
So, yeah. What was it?
No, it couldn't touch it because my dad's an immigrant. It was like, I don't know what's going to happen. The electricity company could charge us whatever they want.
Yeah. Still to this day.
Before my dad passed away, we used to always make jokes about like, lights not being turned off in the house when no one's in that room. Did your dad ever do stuff like that?
All the time.
It's an immigrant thing. It's like,
I do it now, and I have solar. I go, what? Stop. I'm like that commercial where we can't save you from becoming your parents.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We
you have
can't save
PTSD.
Yeah. I'm like, damn, I got solar, bro. Let the sun do some work.
Yeah.
But yeah. No chip for you, huh?
I don't think so. And that, listen, I think I've reached a point in my life where like financially, this is
The pinnacle?
not the pinnacle. This is just like, this is it. You start to realize, right? Like, I'm not going to do the private jet thing. I'm not like,
I think, 40, you're 40 something. I think people start to.
I just turned 40.
Really? Dang.
4 years ago.
4 years ago. Oh, you got to take a sip, huh? You got to take. So you're 44-ish. 44-ish. This whole thing's a lie right now. I have no idea what's going on.
I'm 40.
This is when most people. Elon didn't hit until he was 45, I think.
I'm not an Elon Musk. Please
But
don't.
you don't
put me
have to
in that.
be Elon. You just have to be half of Elon, and you'll be set.
I have the anxiety and probably the
Elon has anxiety.
Yeah,
Everyone.
I've got probably all those.
Character traits.
Yeah, those character
So I
traits.
think
he
you
has
have
with none of the brains.
6 more years of this. I think this is going to take you off to the next level, and then you'll be on at least a rent-a-center private jet. I don't think you're going to own one because you're pretty cheap. I don't think it's not cost effective.
It's a religion thing.
It is. 100%.
It's a religion. You can't say the religion.
You can't say the religion,
but you know which religion it is.
You know.
Yeah.
You know. I don't think you'll do that because you're more responsible. I've seen your Model Y.
Yeah, I do drive a Model Y.
I'm like, hey man, why'd you get a new car? You're like, I just don't want anything. I'm like, yeah, okay, bro.
350 miles
just cheap.
per tank. Yeah. I
said, get a truck. You're like, I had a truck. I didn't like my Y.
I don't like my Y.
See?
I don't like my
just
Y.
like the free
I feel
no
like
gas.
I feel like a bear in a golf cart at the circus. Like cue the circus with and there's Will with like a one of those squishy red noses and clown paint on my face.
You said you have an editor. Let's see how well he edits that segment right there. If Tyler can get that clip with you in the circus in your Model Y with a clown, he's set for life.
Yeah, we know a guy in Bangladesh that actually make that happen. The video overlays.
That's still around?
The country?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Still sewing soccer balls.
That's what they do?
Oh, they're like the best of them. There's no child labor laws there. You make anything you want.
No child labor laws?
No.
I guess there isn't in most of the world.
No, dude. Shout out to the...
Okay, here we go. He's taking out the Travis Scott. Come on, Mr.
Shout
Flex.
out to the Travis Scotts. People are like, man, those are nice shoes. I'm like, yeah, and they're made at the same factory as the real ones.
They're fake.
I don't know if
that's
fake.
why you wanted to get me a pair, because they were fake.
Well, they didn't come in a Nike box.
They didn't?
No.
Where'd you get them from?
China.
Unsubscribe. I don't want the pair anymore. I want the real thing, bro. I'll go to Travis Scott right now. I know where he lives. We go ask him. Knock, knock. Size 13.
All right, I'm kidding. These are real, but I only wear them in the house. I don't want to get them dirty.
We know the religion. We know the religion.
Literally, we know the religion. It reminds me of running into Ryan Pineda at the private terminal in Las Vegas. Yeah, it does. Because I tell people, I ran into it at a private terminal, and people are like, all right, this is about to be a money story. It's about to be a story of very exclusivity this is exclusive type content, the lifestyle of the rich and famous.
This was before podcasts and anything.
This story?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like October of last year or something.
Yeah.
So we run into him, and I'm like, yeah, I met him at the private terminal in Las Vegas, McCarran. They're like, oh, dope. This is going to be a great story. I'm like, what was the JSX terminal? People are like, what's JSX? I'm like, well, it's like Uber Pool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's for people
it's a step above
Southwest.
Yeah.
What does a ticket cost? Like $500-$600?
I don't know. I'm too poor.
I remember you were going to
Spirit. Spirit for life.
Was it?
No, Southwest.
Southwest. Yeah.
But Spirit's like $20 to Vegas. I'll do that all day.
Really?
Tripping, bro. To Vegas, $20? I just got an email. $20 one way to Vegas.
Here's the problem.
I know what the problem is.
What is the problem then?
You are just too rich to put yourself in the Spirit Airlines.
No, it's about time. They're buying
fine.
back.
They're what? Even if they're delayed 2 minutes, $20.
No, I can't do it.
Too rich.
I show up at the JSX terminal.
They've never had a door fly off.
That was Alaska Airlines.
Yeah, so,
and they knew about it. They knew that it happened. They wouldn't let those types of planes, these 737 Maxes, fly over the ocean.
Because of that.
Because of that problem with that door. They knew about it.
That's crazy.
And they're Boeing. No one gives a fuck.
Yeah, they still don't care.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Boeing fucking makes us fly in fucking planes with doors that fall off. No problem. Fine. I'll still fly with them.
The media clickbait now is it was the safest year in airline history, and I'm like,
always followed by the most unsafe year.
Pretty sure that door flew off in the air.
Yeah. And the only reason they said people didn't die because no one was sitting in that row.
The guy called out sick, or he canceled his flight.
Unreal.
Isn't that weird?
It's weird.
I think he knew. He worked for Boeing. He's like, I don't want that seat.
He was part of that.
Whatever your name is, we got to cut that one out.
That out.
Yeah. And hashtag never forget. We can't do that one.
But the reason I was going to say is about never flying private really is less to do with the money. The real reason I don't want to fly private is because I'm scared of the small airplanes. Inherently, in my mind, I think, okay, flying on a commercial airline is safer.
Oh, yeah.
Right?
They can't kill all of you. Oh, not like you're not
what
talking.
Are you talking about?
Oh, you're not talking conspiracy theory, right?
No, I'm not talking
That's
about.
what I was talking. I thought you meant like
box cutters.
No, like
good grief.
Like if someone wanted to kill you, they weren't going to do it on the Southwest flight.
Bro, what are you talking about?
You're saying, okay, rewind. You said you're scared of flying private.
Yeah, because the planes are smaller.
Oh, okay. I thought because someone was trying to kill you, and like it's easier to do it on a private jet. Never mind.
Like they can, like it's like a James Bond movie. They can poison
more
my
people
drink.
die in private jets than obviously commercial.
Yeah, that's the
and
thing.
I think most of them are rich people getting killed.
Shout out to Russia because I'm a huge Putin fan. Anyway,
multiple times in Russia.
No. So just visit Russia for Russia visits you.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm on the winning side of this argument.
Yeah.
I want no beef with him. I've seen what Navalny and some of the other guys who's
Navalny, the guy who rebelled?
Well, he didn't like rebel. He just basically took the opposite side of Putin, which is a losing side of the losing side of the argument.
They shot his plane down too, right?
No, he's in prison in Siberia right now.
Who was the guy who rebelled? Remember the leader of like some group?
Yeah.
And then they worked. Yeah, Wagner.
Yeah, it was the Wagner group.
Then they came up to an agreement, and then he was flying home, and they shot the plane.
So he did rebel.
Yeah.
R.I.P. to that guy.
Yeah,
that was a ballsy move. And then he marched towards, was it Moscow or St. Petersburg?
Both.
Whichever. No, he like took the Russian army and like units from the Wagner group, which is like a paramilitary group, and marched. And when I say march, in tanks.
But did he really think? We'll never know. Like the agreement was like, I knew he was going to die. Like, did he not know?
I think you know. Yeah.
But then he got on a plane. Like that's just.
And it was a private plane.
Yeah. I would go North Korea route and just take a train at that point. Like,
it should derails.
No,
you're done.
Your boy doesn't take a train. North Korea.
Well, yeah. I just mean it derails. Meaning,
no, I don't think that's too obvious because there's multiple people on there. Like, there's too many people on the train.
Yeah,
like a Southwest Airlines.
Yeah,
you should have taken Southwest.
Yeah, not a good look for that guy. But like going, listen, he had beef with Putin. I have no beef. I just want to put it out there. Putin
seems like a nice guy.
Seems like a great guy. I'd like to have dinner with him. We should have a lot in common. My family was kicked out of Russia. His family still lives there. I'd love to get back one day.
You can't go back? Or?
No, we coup d'etat, man. I go back to Russia in a jiffy.
Let's go.
Now that I'm not of fighting age.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And Lev also. That's why Lev's
on the cusp.
I think 26, they'll still yeah, they moved it up to dude, they're recruiting people for this war that are 50. Yeah. Same with Ukraine.
I got a bad ACL, so I think I'm good.
I think I've got bone spurs. Who's going to help me lift the boats?
I have a heating pad right now. Yeah. You don't want me.
No. Shout out to home health care.
So that's why you don't fly private, but
yeah, I just don't think it's safe.
I don't either. I don't think I'll ever go on one.
It looks, listen, it's like, it's sort of like, you made that joke, the Rent-A-Center. It's kind of Rent-A-Pilot-ish.
Yeah.
Right? You know, you kind of like find a pilot who's not that busy, and if he has enough hours in that type of aircraft, then he'll fly, and it's just like, doesn't sound the safest. I like when you have a pilot and an FO, like a first officer, right? And they're like trading off, and you got any aircraft of a significant size needs two pilots anyway, but like, I just
no thanks.
I don't like turbulence. People are like, why don't you go to Asia? Go to Europe a lot, and I'm like, I don't know. I just cooped up in an airplane
for that long.
We go to Hawaii.
Hawaii, like what? 4 hours? 5 hours?
6. Faster on the way back, right?
Yeah.
Because the Earth is flat.
Yeah.
Shout out to all my flat earthers. Kyrie Irving. Holler at me.
That one guy thinks it's flat too. I forgot his name. The UFC fighter. I saw a clip with that.
Not Connor.
No, I don't know.
The guy from Russia?
No. He was Rampage. No, it was Rampage dead.
Rampage Jackson. I don't know.
Anyways, yeah, we'll talk about flat Earth later.
The only thing I know about UFC is Gary Brecka.
He's definitely not UFC.
No, but he's saving everybody in UFC.
He's saving everyone's life
with hydrogen infused water. He's like, yeah, drink some hydrogen water, and people are like, wait a second, isn't it H2O? Doesn't it have hydrogen implicitly in it?
Yeah.
You can taste it.
I tried that 10X stuff, the 10X Health.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
You look like not the type of person who would try that.
No, yeah, it was horrible. I just wanted to see what it was. They were like,
that's his company, right?
It looks like you need it.
What?
With your shoulder. 10X Health. It's like your grimace layer.
You sit in these weird positions, right?
I'm the one with the heating pad, so I can't really make the joke that you're old.
I'm 40.
4-ish.
Drop the 4.
What are we talking about?
I'm gonna get Botox.
Oh, that's a good idea.
We're shooting today. We had a business meeting at Rancho Valencia Country Club.
That's a Friday rich person thing to do.
Yeah. White boy money. Shout out.
And I'm like, nah, I can't go. You didn't invite me, but I would have been like, nah, bro.
I have a 15% discount there.
How do you use it? Like a card, or they just know?
I just say my last name.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So I can use it?
Yeah.
Yes, my name is Stern.
Yeah.
Discount, please.
I mean, it's 15. The food's marked up 150%. So
yeah, $47 for lobster tacos.
Well, how many tacos does it come with? I think the answer was 2.
Yeah.
I overshot it. I was like, yeah, I think it's 3, Lev. What do you remember when we? Sorry, Lev. Do you remember when we were shooting that first episode or something, and we were talking about inflation? No. And I was like, yeah, I went out to dinner with my son.
Oh, we went to Chipotle or something, right? Or you and I went to Chipotle.
Yeah, it was Chipotle. But I was saying when I went out with my son, and it was like $75 for burgers. This is like the most engagement I've ever gotten on a single post. It was like everyone's like, who the fuck do you think you are spending all that money for burger? I can get a burger. I can go to fucking Jimmy John. Like they're naming all these fast food crap restaurants. They're like, yeah, I can feed my whole family for $16 or something like that.
That's impressive.
Yeah. I was like, dude, that's fucking amazing. Enjoy it.
Not here.
Not in San Diego.
Not for a good burger.
No.
Yeah.
And as proof, we went today for lunch, and Lev's like, I'm thinking about getting these lobster tacos. And it was like $782. He's like, how many tacos does it come with? And I'm like,
How many people?
No, I'm exaggerating.
Oh,
it was it's hyperbole, but it was the tacos was $47 for 2 tacos.
That's nuts.
Yeah.
I saw that In-N-Out was closing their first ever store.
Let's fucking go.
How do you feel about that? Let's
shout out to Oakland. I've been to that In-N-Out.
Oh, it was Oakland?
Yeah.
I didn't read it. I just saw the clickbait.
Oakland is a fucking shithole.
I'm going there next month.
Oakland is a burning trash can. It is a dumpster fire.
But what's the crime that happens at In-N-Out? Like, hey, give me your burgers. And they're like, okay, here.
Yeah, no,
like
it's
people
while you're
robbed?
eating your burgers, they're in your car.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So
it's like
drive-through, basically, is your only option, or they kind of hold you up at the drive-through?
I mean, that's a great place to rob people, right? When they're in the drive-through.
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Now we're talking.
Shout out to anyone who's grown up in the hood and needs some extra money.
Lock the doors.
But the window's down. The window's down. So it's kind of like, give me your money. And it's like,
welcome to In-N-Out. How can I help you? Give me your money, bitch.
Yeah, dude.
And you're like, do I have to wait in this line? He took my wallet.
Yeah. Apple Pay. I don't even carry a wallet.
Yeah, but what do they take? That's on Oakland.
Well, it's next to the Oakland airport. So what they're taking is everybody's stopping there as soon as they hit the ground.
The luggage. And
they're just taking everybody's luggage. I don't know what's in people's luggage that it becomes so desirable. Like,
you just never know, right? It's like a lottery, like a spin.
Right. Yeah. Sometimes you get lucky. Other times you get like
a laptop. You're getting
draws with shit marks on them.
You
right?
get maybe a bottle of wine.
It's just
iPad.
But if it's a movement, right, and you have like a street team who's robbing 100 people every day, and then you bring it back to a warehouse and it's organized, right? And there's like, all right, let's open it up. Let's see what we got from the take today, right? Then it's interesting.
Yeah. That's probably what's happening. That's probably there'll be a movie about that. That's smart.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as a guy who from this religion, that's how I would do it, right? I'd get a really good lease on a really nice warehouse that is that's been sitting empty for a while.
Look at this.
Then
you're about to recruit your the Albert Preciado of thievery. You're like, we're going to call this Taken. Story about how we
robbed people. Yeah.
They could also just take the stuff and send it to other countries and call it a day. Like, it's probably worth more.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's an interesting. Yeah, I don't know. But
so as a business owner, though, why would they shut down due to crime? Wouldn't they just get security or something?
I think the problem is
that's tough for In-N-Out to swallow. Shutting down their first location.
I think it's great publicity. I think it's fantastic publicity. I think it's terrible publicity for the city of Oakland.
Yeah.
But the city of Oakland knows who they are when they look in the mirror. They're like, we are a flaming bowl of shit.
But so San Francisco, right? It seems like that whole...
Yeah. Listen, Detroit is the same way. And Detroit never came back, right? All the crime was preceded by large companies leaving. In Oakland or in San Francisco, and to a lesser extent, Oakland, you have crime, which is then forcing the larger companies to leave, right? So it's a different sort of order of operations, but in the end, you're left with the same thing. And I think it's really interesting because there's a phrase for there's a phrase about real estate, which is when there's blood in the streets, buy real estate. Listen, whatever your investment horizon is, you have to be aware of it. If you're a young person, you're trading crypto. If you're a little bit older than that, you're doing flips. If you're a little bit older than that, maybe you're buying properties and you're renting them out. Maybe you're doing the VRBO Airbnb thing.
You have a S&P 500 play or something, stocks.
But that's when you get older. And there's this like evolution in investments. And I think as you get a little bit older, then it's fourplex and multi-units and that type of thing. Then you get a little bit more savvy. You're like, you know what? Fuck the real estate, like holding these individual like brick and mortar type investments.
Yeah.
I'll just buy a REIT, which investments on REIT right now suck. But then eventually you're like, you know what? I'll just pick stocks. And you're like, you know what? How do you pick a winner? How do you figure out that HP and Compaq aren't going to do as well as Apple? They're all in the same bracket. They're all in the same business, right? So, and then you eventually just move to buying like exchange traded funds, right? ETFs.
They tanked today, right? HP or something?
I haven't looked at the market all day.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. Record highs.
Yeah.
Of course. But
Microsoft, $3 trillion company.
The Teslas.
All AI.
But you think they're all controlled by someone? Or
I do.
I don't think guys like you and I can win unless we're in the club.
I think you can't swim against the ocean current when it's breaking in your face.
Yeah.
So, you see these counties or these cities falling apart. Buy. Don't wait for the crime to subside. Buy now and leave that shit vacant. Don't try to rent it.
It's funny.
Don't try to rent it because the cities, the municipalities
make it tough
for you to kick people out. There's rent control issues. Then you have crime, people breaking in, squatters, whatever. Leave it. If you can afford, buy the real estate, let it sit. Ride this motherfucker out. And I promise you, right? San Francisco will come back, to a lesser extent, Oakland. Detroit, you're on your, that's a different beast. Yeah, that's a different beast. But
one time I went to Detroit with the fam.
Yikes.
I was born in Detroit. It was for like a wedding or something, and I went back. And
Are
I
you
was
Chaldean?
No, I'm Egyptian, but
no, I'm joking.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Back in the day, they would ship the Middle Easterns to Detroit. Anyways, that's another story.
Shout out to all my Somalians, bro.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
Where was I going with the story? Oh, and that was my first time back since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, let's go cruise by my old neighborhood. Bad move, bro. I called my mom. I was like, hey, mom, what like mile was I on? Because they were like miles over there. She was like, oh, I think it was like 7 or 8. And I was like, well, the one Eminem was on? She's like, what? Who's Eminem? Anyways, I was like, all right, whatever. It can't be that bad now. I take the exit for 8 Mile.
Yeah.
I turn right. 2 kids, wife. The whole
this
thing.
Is recent.
Recently, a year and a half ago.
Whoa.
And the first thing I see is a car on fire.
Right.
And then 2 guys robbing another guy in an abandoned gas station. And I immediately made a U-turn and got back on the freeway and just. So yeah, Detroit, no go.
Sorry.
Yeah, but all the mortgage companies are there.
Rocket,
UWM.
Yeah.
There's another big one out there, but they're all because they bought that real estate.
Yeah.
And now they own NBA teams.
Yeah.
So it makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
How do you get good quality employees there? I think
it's tough.
I think UWM does a good job.
I almost went to law school in Michigan. God, I'm such a fucking liar. I can't even lie. It hurts me so bad. Shout out to Michigan State. Thank you for the scholarship. Almost went there. Got denied at University of Michigan. You see how I started off? I was like, I almost went to law school in Michigan, right? And so you're thinking like
until they rejected
University
you.
of Michigan.
Oh yeah.
No. It's like I'm implying like I almost. Yeah, me and Tom Brady we're chums.
Yeah, we're best friends.
No. It was Michigan State. It was the
Magic Johnson's school.
Yeah. I think they're the mascot
is the Trojans.
Trojan or something.
Spartans.
Spartans. Yeah. Spartans. Yeah. Yeah, man. LSAT scores.
I don't even know how to spell LSAT.
Yeah, I just wasn't smart enough. I wasn't smart enough to be a lawyer. Then I meet lawyers today, and I'm like, damn, you are fucking stupid.
Yeah.
And miserable.
Really?
And miserable.
I have 2 lawyer friends, and they seem to have the life.
And what life is that?
I don't know. They have their own firm. They ride around in nice cars, and they bought buildings, and they have cute wives, and edit that out. They're just living the life. Every time I see them on Instagram, they're out at an event. They're drinking.
These are lawyers?
Lawyers, too.
Okay. They're probably salespeople that have a law degree. Most lawyers...
No, they have their own firm.
Yeah, but most lawyers are just nerds.
And they just have a whole bunch of lawyers working for it. I think that's the platform, right?
Are they Persian?
No. One's your guys.
Habibi.
One's your guys, and the other guy is the Middle Eastern.
Okay. The Middle Eastern guy is enjoying life.
No, it's the other guy.
What?
Yeah.
I have never met a Jewish lawyer who's enjoying his life.
Living it.
No way.
Living life.
No way, dude.
Living life. Swear to God. And so is the other guy.
No, dude.
They stress out maybe once.
There's one lawyer in San Diego who I know who's enjoying his life. And he's the king.
Oh, the guy with the gold Rolls Royce or something?
Yeah.
So these guys.
I think he's Persian.
He's Persian. Yeah,
he's Persian. Persian people have more fun.
He's a Persian you, right?
No, he's not a Persian me.
Yeah.
No.
I think he is.
The king? No.
You sure?
I don't think so. Nah, I don't think so. I don't think so. But he was the youngest man. What?
When I say you, it does sound like
yeah, you people.
I didn't. No, but it sounds like the actual religion.
What do you mean, you people? Yeah. No, it's terrible. It's fine. I don't think we as a people are a protected class.
I think you are.
No, I mean like legally, yeah. But today, no, dude. It's like everybody hates us.
Everyone hates you guys, but you can't even like joke about anything anymore. Not just that, but like
just anything you can. But you know what? This is a fucking podcast. We'll joke about whatever the fuck we want.
Okay, relax, dude.
Sorry, man. Yeah, I got all aggressive.
Shit got serious.
But going back to the king, he was the youngest guy to pass the California bar. He passed at the age of 16.
What?
Yeah, he passed at the age of 16
in America,
in California.
There's no way.
Yeah, he's like he's like a. Do you remember Doogie Howser?
Yeah,
he's like a Doogie Howser, but not the Doogie Howser from How I Met Your Mother. The Doogie Howser.
But the crazy part about the whole thing is, maybe I shouldn't say this, but we live in the same neighborhoods. Like he doesn't live too far away.
Well, yeah,
he just has a gate in front of his house.
He has a gate. He has a gate in front of his house.
Yeah.
Listen, we're all doing well. You know you've done well in life if you can't have a yard sale.
Yeah.
If you can't have a yard sale in your neighborhood, you made it. Relax.
We should do a community one.
And then it's not allowed.
Get all the Indians to like.
It's not allowed. You can't do
it.
You can't do it. It's illegal.
Is it really HOA?
I think the HOA won't let you. So you've made it in life if either you have a gate and or you can't do a yard sale.
Yeah. We used to make bank at garage sales back in the day when I was a kid. My parents would do one like at least once a year.
To make money or just to like get rid of shit?
Probably both. I don't know. I remember recycling cans to make money.
Damn, you were poor.
Yeah. And we would go to the recycling center and my parents would be like ecstatic.
I feel like my kids saw you at a recycling center over the weekend. Maybe. You still do that?
I recycled concrete, but I didn't go.
No, I'm joking. I saw you at Target. I saw you at Target at like 9 a.m. in the morning a couple of days ago. I didn't say hi. I was like
kind of weird.
I was on the other side of the parking lot. It was for sure you.
I maybe was
white
my
Tesla
car.
Model X. You had just charged it and you were carrying something into Target. Maybe you were returning something.
I was returning.
It looked just like you, Egyptian looking motherfucker going into Target. No. You were carrying 9 a.m. and it was the Chargers. Listen, we don't have to get into it. Yeah. It's fine. It was you.
Maybe
it wasn't you. I know. Do you have free charging? Is that why you use Target?
Yeah, for sure.
And you're not my people?
I'm probably more your people than your people.
Dude, you're the best, dude.
I have to be. Oh.
Who are we just talking about?
King.
No, we were saying something. I don't even know. I don't know. Wow. In any event, it was just about like you were saving money. I was like, wow. I was thinking about him like, dang, you really
cans. Recycle cans.
Oh, yeah.
It's garage sales. Swap meets were the best. Those were good.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that, huh?
I didn't grow up doing any of that stuff. My parents taught me that time is something that you can give and never get back.
I don't think you're past the limit right now. You've said it 3 times.
Every time I say it, I get 15 cents.
No, you pay us 15 cents.
Oh, that's
remember?
Right. Okay, yeah.
What are we at right now?
What are
45
we at,
cents? Oh, we're not time.
Yeah, time-wise. What are we at, Lev? 42.
Nice. I got a birthday party to head to, but
we didn't really talk about anything today.
We talked about In-N-Out and bad communities, which is good.
Yeah.
And how you should buy.
Are they really conspiracies if they actually happen?
No, they're not. But back to the whole real estate play. Why don't we buy a whole bunch of properties and just sit on them?
You're saying in Oakland?
Anywhere. And you're saying bad areas. If your philosophy is, or your theory is true, why don't we do that?
Well, I think the biggest mistake people make today in real estate, and this has been a mistake, a paradigm that is probably as old as the tale of time, is buying real estate and then getting rid of it.
Well, that's what I do.
Yeah,
I wish I could hold it all.
You can.
Nah, it's tough.
You could. I told you that I want to like
eaten up alive with payments. Oh, we need like a fund. And,
yeah. Uncle Dima.
I have to call him. He called me for the first time.
Yeah. You know what they call? Shout out to Uncle Dima, whose real name is Hard Money Dean. Hard Money Dean.
That's pretty good.
That's a great name.
Is that good or bad though? Hard Money Dean. It sounds like bad.
I think if you need him, it's better to need him. No. It's better to know him and not need him than to need him and not know him.
Yeah.
Hard Money Dean. Hard Money Dean. So great. He's the best, dude.
He is.
He's actually a podcaster.
I saw you guys have a new episode.
Yeah, he's turned podcaster.
That's not good for the world.
No, dude. I think it's great for comedy because he thinks he's a comedian.
Yeah.
He goes to these comedy shows and then he yells. I think I've never been with him to a comedy show before, but I think he yells. He sits really close to the comedian.
Oh no.
And then he yells at the comedian I think so. Yeah. I think he's one of those guys.
No, I can't.
Where it's like, you're here for me. And the comedian's like, no, motherfucker, people are here for me. He's like, dang, I don't think so.
He's that loud?
I think so.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
He's funny.
Dean is?
Ish.
I think he's funny like in a friend Wolfpack situation.
Yeah, I think so too. Yeah.
I don't think anyone else in the world thinks he's funny. Like you guys go out and he says a joke, they'll be like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, there is a lot of oh my gosh. Yeah. There's a lot of oh my gosh.
But if the three of us, I'm like, damn, that's pretty funny.
Yeah.
I don't go, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
But out in the real world, I think
everybody has like a guy in the group that's like Uncle Dima, that's like Hard Money Dean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're gonna buy a whole bunch of real estate.
Yeah.
We got Driven 2024.
I think Driven's gonna be crazy. It's like I've never gotten behind something like I want to or I've never gotten behind something where I didn't have equity in it. Like I am getting behind Driven. And I think it's an interesting thing. Like when you get into an investment and you don't necessarily have a clearly defined objective for yourself, but you can see the vision for the person who has, demonstrably, right, all the equity of the brand. So we'll see what happens. I do want to speak at that event. I do think you're going to, absolutely you're going to speak.
No.
Well, I think you have a strategy when it comes to flipping. And I think a lot of people, especially real estate agents who are sitting on their hands, right now in this market. Well, nobody's selling, nobody's buying, legislation's getting passed about real estate agents, what the buyer's agent can earn. They don't really have a lot to do with their time. So I think a lot of people are turning in their sort of real estate medallions, right? Like taxi cab guys. They're turning in their real estate medallions and going, well, there's nothing I can do with this thing. Well, there is something you can fucking do, and you're going to pay to learn how to do it, and Josh is going to teach you. So stay tuned for
I'll do it for free. Just cut me in on the deal.
That's the problem. Oh, cut you in on the deal.
Oh, yeah. Imagine that. Well, I'll teach you.
Yeah.
25% of the profits.
Yeah, there you go.
For a year, 2 years.
Yeah. I think people, listen, they're going to come. It's going to cost them $1,000.
$1,000 for Driven?
I don't know, 500, something like that.
I guess you could tier it. There's cheap seats, nice seats, meet and greet seats.
I think, for people who want to talk to us and potentially like, I've got this investment. What do you think? Do you want to get it? Listen, that's going to cost people. Mm-hmm. It's not free. I'm not giving my time to somebody's like, I own 3 KFC franchises and I'm looking to get my 4th and 5th. Like, I'm not having that discussion, right? Because my time is worth something. Yeah. I think as you get into your 40s plus, we'll just call it 40s from now on. Let's not say 44.
Whatever makes you feel better.
It's just like, like how many slide decks can you receive in your email? How many invitations can you get? Hey, Gary gave me your phone number. I wanted to see if you wanted to meet. I don't want to meet for lunch. Yeah. So let's bring all that energy to Driven. For anyone who wants to pitch ideas, that's like the VIP ticket.
Yeah.
We break in, like maybe we do it on a Friday, and then maybe on Saturday is like some not focus groups, but like some
breakout groups, sessions.
Yeah, exactly. Right. Where they can talk about their investment ideas. We can give some advice. They can bounce things off of us. But people are going to have to pay. And I think, if you have ideas and you're looking for feedback, that's a small price to pay.
Yeah.
I didn't know any of this shit existed when I was young. Yeah. There was nothing like this.
We didn't have access to it either. Like there was
no Aspire. There was no Driven. I didn't know about it. The only thing I knew about, exactly. Yeah. And I didn't need relationship advice with my wife when I'm 20 years old, right? I didn't have a wife. So nowadays, I think the people who have done, and listen, there are a lot of charlatans in this industry, but for those who have done well, built a business and scaled it, they're doing these events. They're willing to give you their time, and in exchange, exchange of human interaction in life, right? You can give people money, you can give people love and adoration and respect, or you can give people time. Mm-hmm. Well, in that exchange, right? Time equals money.
Yeah.
Right.
When is the next real Driven?
That's a great question. I think he had one obviously in 2023. So, I would assume.
I'd like to see one. Maybe there's
it's a great
streaming.
Yeah, I wonder.
Because I went to Tony Robbins years ago and it was lit. It wasn't like a sit down, take notes.
What was like a dance party? It was like EDM or something?
There was music. There was jumping up and down. There was a lot of stuff going on. It was
people wearing beads and like dancing on one foot and stuff.
Fire walks. Like it was a full day of speakers.
Yeah.
Tony would come on, do his thing for an hour, go take a break because his voice or something, and then come back on. And it was he would make you do stuff. Like it was more, but it was lit. Like music,
like a circus or something.
No, not like a circus, but like a concert mixed with motivation.
Yeah.
But he didn't teach you anything like you didn't know.
I mean, we could try to get Bad Bunny.
Yeah. That'd be good.
That'd be dope.
That'd be expensive, but
all these guys, they'll come for $100,000. It's not as expensive as you think.
Yeah, it's 6 figures. That's a lot though.
Get 50 Cent. Is he too old? Probably too old. He used to do bar mitzvahs.
Really?
Yeah. You're New York. He would come do your bar mitzvah.
Yeah, that's smart.
$100,000. Yeah, small price to pay.
I saw LeBron do one. That was weird.
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah.
He was at some wedding or a bar mitzvah. He had the kippah, and it was,
But for $100,000 for LeBron, he's a billionaire. What?
It was probably a friend. It was probably a friend's son who was having a bar mitzvah. Yeah. Would you be willing to show up? It'd make to Micah would be. It would make his day.
Can I have one still?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Can we throw one? That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Just embrace
your roots.
Everyone's roots.
Cradle of humanity. Tigress and Euphrates.
Just laugh at least. I got one.
You got one left. You're the Uncle Dima of our group. You're Hard Money Dean.
No, well, Dean is way worse. I'm more PG. He's PG-13 to rated.
No, he's X.
I haven't seen X yet. I've seen R.
R?
Yeah, but even R these days is soft.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's hard.
Hopefully.
We'll end it
most
there.
Of the time. Yeah.
See you guys next time.